Hi guys, this lesson is all about angles. Just a refresher about what angles really are. They are a measure of rotation. Most angles you see start with a line segment or a ray that goes on forever in one direction. The other important part of an angle is the pivot point or the vertex of the angle. Right now we don't have any angle. We're going to create one by pinning a second line segment down at the vertex or rotation point and rotating it around that point. Now remember, as we rotate, we can go this far and that creates an angle. We can go this far and that creates an angle because we've rotated further. If we continue to go, we can create another angle like this. Continuing on, we can create something called a straight angle. It's called a straight angle because of the straight line that it makes, but really represents a full half turn. We can continue to go. We have a new angle here that represents this amount of rotation. And in fact, we can go all the way back around, and this represents a full rotation of an angle. Now, if you remember correctly, this full rotation represents an amount of turn that we call 360 degrees of rotation. So now remembering that fact, that all the way around is 360 degrees, I want us to try to start making some estimates. We'll start over. If all the way around is 360 degrees, make an estimate for how long or how much of a rotation that is. So I'll add in the segment. We're talking about that amount of rotation. And again, I will add in the segment. Pause the video and make an estimate. How many degrees of rotation would you say that is? So, estimates will vary, but as I'd laid this protractor out, we can see that it is around 47 degrees. Now let's continue. Again, starting here, back at the beginning, I'm going to continue to rotate past the 47 degree mark all the way to a quarter of the way around. And now I want you to estimate. If I go a quarter of the way around, how many rotational degrees would that represent? Pause the video and give an answer. If you said 90 degrees, you got it. Since a full turnaround is 360 degrees, a quarter of the way around would be 360 divided by 4, or 90. And that has a special name. It's called a right angle and is often denoted by putting a box inside of the angle. Now, here's the puzzle part of this lesson. If this whole quarter turn represents 90 degrees, but this portion of it represented 47 degrees, how much rotation would we get if we started here and rotated to here? How many degrees of turn would we need to rotate? Pause the video and if you said 43 degrees, you got it. Now, how did we get that? Well, there's a couple of ways we could think about it. Since the entire rotation represents 90 degrees and this piece of it represents 47, to figure out the missing piece, we can do the simple subtraction problem, 90 minus 47. And that's 43. And that's an easy way to do this. Now, a little bit more of an advanced way to think about this, and one that you're going to want to practice during this lesson, is the use of variables. So, if we let this missing piece of the angle here, if we call that x, we can write an equation that relates this angle, and the total angle. X plus the 47 degrees, the sum of the two pieces, is equal to the total, 90 degrees. Solving this equation, we can subtract 47 from both sides of the equation. And here we see that 90 minus 47 that we intuitively used before. And this leaves us with the missing angle has a measure of 43 degrees. So, there you have it. We're talking about angles. We need to be able to think about them as an amount of rotation. And then we need to be able to puzzle out some of the missing components of the pictures we'll be given. Have fun.